Today is Friday. Today is Friday, and it is now time for the positive message for today. For the positive message for today. But before I begin that, let me just begin with my verbal verifications as to I am the one and only Octavia Goldstar, the one and only Octavia Goldstar. Now it is time for my public trademark copyright. Everything, everything that I am saying in this YouTube live stream and doing in this YouTube live stream are all of my ideas and creations coming from my mind, my thoughts, my lived experiences, and my opinions. And now it is time for the title or the positive message for today. The title or the topic for the positive message for today. I have to say that the title or the topic for the positive message for today will be, and it seems like I'm leaving out part of my title, but I'll get it figured out. But it will be in the YouTube description bar. It will be in the YouTube description bar. I'm going to say I am inspired. I am so inspired to do this positive message today, as I am inspired from Proverbs 22:6 to do this positive message today. Proverbs 22:6. And so I am now going to put on the positive message music. I believe that is going to fit so very well with this positive message for today. It's going to fit so very well, and I am going to break down this positive message this morning. So I'm going to go to the positive message of music that is going to fit very well. I'm going to say to you all, you know what? When I put the key in my door today at my YouTube house, the positive love was still playing. It was still playing. I'm going to say good morning. Good morning to E.L. Malo, Malo. Nice glasses. Thank you so much for coming over to join in and visit with me today. ELMALO. Have a positively and beautiful and happy Friday to you. So I'm going to go to the positive message over music that is going to fit well with my, title or topic for the positive message for today. And I'm going to say I'm coming from my lived experience today. I'm coming from my lived experience today, as I am so inspired. Let me put a line under here. I'm so inspired today to do this positive message, as I am inspired to do from Proverbs 22:6. So what I'm going to do is speak about some of my lived experience. As I'm just going to give you all the title today. The title today. Good old fashioned church memories for me. Good old fashioned church memories. Oh my goodness. When I thought of this, I said, wow, yes, I'm going to bring this to my YouTube house today. So I'm going to put on some positive music that is going to fit so very well with this title or topic for today. So let me see. Anytime, how thank you so much, ELMALO, for your positively and beautiful text in the chat. Classy and fabulous. Classy and fabulous. OMG, that's a huge pencil. I know. ELMALO. I love doing lots of writing. So I thought, you know what? You could do a lot of writing for a long time, but this pencil don't have to worry about, running out of, writing. I could just keep writing with this pencil. And so I'm going to right now go to the positive message that is, I believe, is going to fit well. Going to fit well. So I'm going to go to and start off with, let me see. I think this will go very well. And since the beginning of time, what you put in life, exactly. I don't have to sharpen it for a long time. You're exactly right. I don't have to sharpen this pencil for a long time. But you know what? I am so inspired into getting into this positive message for today. As I am inspired coming from Proverbs 22:6. Proverbs 22:6, which is train up a child in which he or she may go, so that when he or she gets old, he or she won't depart from it. The reason why I'm so inspired from it is to growing up. Growing up as me sharing my lived experience. Growing up, first of all, I'm going to say growing up in Chicago. Chicago, Chi-Town. Raymond Healing Projects. Raymond Healing Projects, I want to say. Some of that, I'm going to say near Chinatown. Near Chinatown. I remember growing up there. I used to sneak out of the house, even as 4 or 5 years old. I would sneak out of there. My mom would be asleep. I was just really smart when I was a kid. I'd sneak up out of there and watch the grown folks. They be like getting their boogaloo on, like partying with them big old afros. And I stand right outside of their doors. I couldn't wait. I stand right outside of their doors and watching them partying and they partying on. So I'm going to say transitioning from that. I'm going to say, I get into this good old fashioned church memories. Let me see if I can see better if I turn on this light. Turn this light on. Oh, we got to just make it worse. Okay. Matter of fact, I don't even want that one. I'm going to use my other one right now. Okay. So, I'm going to say, living right next door to a church, as I am sharing my lived experience from good old fashioned church memories. Where are you from, Queen? Where am I from? Where's my YouTube house at? It's in Alaska. It's in Alaska. Been there, done that. We should be grateful for our lives. We should be grateful for all means in Alaska. I'm from Alaska. Okay, so I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say, so living next door to a church. Wow. Mom, she wouldn't go often. Because she was, I don't know. I'm going to question that. Right now today. I'm not out there. No, I'm not putting my mouth on that. No, I won't. But she would make sure we went to church. And so many times we'll hear that shouting and that church music coming next door to our house, and especially back then, we only had fans in the windows. The windows would be up. We could hear all of the music and the shouting. So she would send us next door to church, especially Sunday schools on Sunday. So I'm going to say Sunday school on Sunday. And I'm going to say, you know what? From that, I'm just going to speak of some of these churches that we went to as kids, as me and my family, that we went to as kids. I remember going to a church near one of my schools that we went to where the Soul Children of Chicago will visit often. And I remember because that was the same church where I was in the choir, maids. I'm saying all of this. I couldn't do all of this on my own, right? So train up a child in which he or she may go, that when they grow old, he or she will not depart from it. So I'm going to make a point while I'm breaking down this positive message for today. I'm going to make a point with what I'm saying. So I'm going to say, you know what? Attending this church, being baptized at the same church, being baptized at the same church, I'm going to say. So, growing up, wow. And as I was saying, my mom often, she didn't go to church, but the church and the word of God was within her. She didn't go to church a lot, but she sure made sure that she kept us there. Monument of Faith. Growing up watching that on TV. Richard D. Hinton, Chicago. Growing up watching that. I don't know too many people that lived in Chicago that did not watch Richard D. Hinton on church, on television, watching that growing up. The Monument of Faith Church on television. I remember the Christ is the Answer was the theme song sung by Claude Timmons. Claude Timmons at the time. Claude Timmons. And everyone in Chicago, the fruit of the Spirit, knew that song. The Christ is the Answer. So I'm going to say, often we would visit my Pisma Baptist Church in Chicago. My favorite memory from that is when Mr. T came there. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I'm like, Mr. T, oh, we gotta go. Mr. T came to the Mount Pisma Baptist Church, I'm going to say. My Pisma Baptist Church. I'm going to say, we also grew up watching Bobby Jones. I believe it's Bobby Jones Gospel Hour. You hear that? Growing up watching Bobby Jones Gospel Hour. Then I'm going to say, you know what? And to going from that, watching the Awakenings Hollywood Productions by Pastor Clifford Turner, Liberty, Temple Full Gospel Church, Liberty Temple Gospel Full Gospel Church. I'm gonna say the Awakenings. Like who don't? If you're from Chicago back then, you will remember the Awakenings. You will most surely remember the Awakenings. And I'm going to say, you know what? The Cosmopolitan Church of Prayer. I knew that the viewers would barely be there. But that's okay. You know what? Because I am so esteemed. I'm so esteemed from this positive message for today. I'm so esteemed from it. I'm going to say that the positive message for today is good old-fashioned church memories. Good old-fashioned church memories. I'm going to say attending very often the Cosmopolitan Church of Prayer Church. I call it the Jesus Can Work It Out Church. Jesus can work it out if you let him, Jesus. I call it that. Pastor Dr. Charles Hayes. I'm going to say that I'm honoring these pastors and these churches. I'm honoring these pastors and these churches. I'm going to say in my teenagers, me being a teenager, attending the La Cathedral Community Church where Bishop Claude Timmons, the single that was put out for the Monument Faith of Church, Richard D. Hinton, Christ is the Answer. Claude Timmons, that single, he did that single. He sung that gospel song. Yes, he did. Christ is the answer. So Bishop Claude Timmons, he opened up his own church, the Love Cathedral Community Church, is where I went as a teenager, Sunday school and all. My mom was like, those was back in the deep house days. She was like, I don't care what you did the day before. You're going to get up. You're getting up and you're going to church. I'd be like, oh, okay. You're gonna get up and go because you ain't gonna want to get what's coming behind that if you don't. So I got up and I went every Sunday. Every Sunday. I had no choice. I had no choice in that matter. So I'm gonna say, you know what? That's it. I'm not gonna speak about, when I began to know God for myself. That's another depositive message. When you get a personal relationship for God by yourself, for all of those other years of a soul, you're going to go, you better go, get up and go. So I'm going to save that for another depositive message. I'm going to save that for another one. I'm going to say, you know what? As me being inspired with doing this positive message for today. It's a train of a child in which they may go. And when he or she gets older, he or she will not depart from it. So my point in what I'm saying is that if you were trained something that's growing up, even if you go astray from it, believe you're going to come right back to that. You're going to come right. I don't care what you are experiencing in your life. As I am sharing some of the things that I experienced as a child growing up, how can you go from, you can't. All of those years as being trained up as a child, the way he or she may go. And when he or she gets old, he or she will not depart from that. So what am I saying? What we are most likely training our children to do is what they most likely will grow up to do. They won't depart from it. Basically is what I'm saying. Which is so powerful. It is so powerful. So if we grow our children up to do some of the things, I don't know much, but I know how I raise my children. Again, it says that when he or she grows old, he or she won't depart from it. Meaning that it is instilled inside of us as kids. It is instilled in our children. It is embedded as, you grew up with that. And I want to say, you know what? I believe that I have broken down this positive message. And it didn't even take long. It did not even take long. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewind this positive message, which is called 70 times 7. 70 times 7. And I'm going to listen to it.
And since the beginning of time, what you put in life, you will get back. What goes around comes around. Plant a seed and it will grow. God don't like ugly. He sure don't like pretty either. Be yourself.
And you will master your craft.
The more you know, the more you grow. A positive mind
may just save
your behind. Love life, live life, 70 times 7. You are positively beautiful. Centuries and decades. The years go by so fast. Centuries and decades have come and gone. Same same old. Been there, done that. We should be grateful for our lives.
We should be grateful for all means.
For it's most likely they're pursuing our dreams. Our all means could be our purpose to live in our lives.
Okay, so
Centuries and decades have come and gone. Same old, been there, done that. We should be grateful for our lives. We should be grateful for our means. For it's most likely they're pursuing our dreams. Our own needs could be our purpose to live in our lives. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child to grow, that when they grow, they will not depart. Pray not crying out.
Father, please help us out.
Same old, been there, done that. 70 times 7. Centuries and decades have come and gone. Same old, been there, done that. We should be grateful for our lives. We should be grateful for by all means. For it's most likely they're pursuing our dreams. By all means, could be our purpose to live in our lives. Centuries and decades have come and gone. Same old, been there, done that. We should be grateful for our lives. We should be grateful for all means. For it's most likely they're pursuing our dreams. All means could be our purpose to live in our lives. Seeing a homeless man for a decade. No food, no shoes, no clothes. Somehow today, he is blessed with wealth. He bought somebody shoes, clothes, house, and a house full of food. 70 times 7. Deuteronomy 8:19. It is the Lord our God that gives us the power to get wealth. Keep in mind that it is God Almighty that gives us the power to get wealth. Mama and daddy, sisters and brothers, family and friends. Tell them, y'all, it ain't nothing we ain't seen or heard before. We should be grateful for our lives. We should be grateful for by all means. For it's most likely that pursuing our dreams for all means could be our purpose to live in our lives. Same old, been there, done that. 70 times 7. Centuries and decades are come and gone. Same old, been there, done that. We should be grateful for our lives. We should be grateful for by all means. For it's most likely they're pursuing our dreams. By all means, could be our purpose to live in our lives. 70 times 7. 70 times 7.
70 times 7 means that all is forgiven. All is forgiven. It means that you know basically what's going on. You know what's going on, but all is forgiven. For who are we to not to forgive others when we have been forgiven? And we all know what that means. So for that, I am going to officially close down this positive message. And I don't even see anyone here, but I'm going to say views do not validate me. For I show up for myself each and every day. Each and every day that I come in here, I could come in here one day and it might be 1,000,000 people. And I would say to myself, enjoy, because tomorrow it might not be anybody. But to continue to show up for yourself is what is most all powerful. I'm going to say it is all powerful. All powerful. So I'm going to do my special thank yous in spite of, I'm going to do my special thank yous anyway. I'm going to say thank you so much to YouTube for the platform. Thank you so much to YouTube for the platform and for the person that maybe it's the same person that keeps coming in and out of the view. I'm going to thank you too because it's always one or either two. And I think I'm one. So thank you to the person that keeps clicking in and out. I want to thank you all. So I'm going to thank the invisible watchers. The invisible watchers. I'm going to thank those who have came in. One, visit me in the chat. Nice glasses. Anytime. How are you? Beautiful this morning. Oh my God, that's a huge pencil. You don't have to sharpen it for a long time. Where are you from? Queen. Wow. You know what? I'm going to say God give you discernment up in here, up in here. I'm going to say, I don't know why I've always been blessed with that. I've always been blessed with that. And sometimes you could basically tell who this person is. It doesn't matter what kind of name it is. You can basically tell them to thank this person. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to this person. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say thank you so much to my recording music engineers. My recording music engineers that mix and master all of the music for my singles and albums. I want to say thank you so much to my distribution company for all of your continued support and your help. I want to say thank you so much to those of you who continue to download and stream my positive message over music and continue to create those positively and beautiful TikTok videos to my positive message over music. Look at the mic. It's way right here. I'll see it on the video later though. I will. So let me push this here. Yeah, I can most definitely tell the difference. So I'm gonna take me a sip of this water. I want to say, may the smile on this cup be so contagious. Where is it? Let me make sure it's showing from the front. That it is coming from me to you. And I cannot wait to drink take a sip of this water right now. I cannot wait until this live is over with. I cannot wait till this live is over with. So I can, sit down and enjoy that glass of water. Oh, gee, is saying, oh, gee, I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what any of that means. But I'm going to say to you, have a positively and beautiful Friday. See, G.O.D. see that. He sees that no matter how people may treat you, I don't know what that means. You see how I'm saying I don't know what that means, but I'm still going to acknowledge you for coming over to visit me. I'm still going to acknowledge you that for G.O.D. God, he sees the heart. He sees the heart. And I believe that is what is mostly important as those stored up things that you do. Those stored up things that when the storm is coming. So that, G.O.D. remembers that. He remembers that. And I so hardly believe that. For me, it is G.O.D. So I don't know what that means, and I don't like to respond to someone's text in the chat when I don't know what it means. But I'm gonna say, oh, gee, I don't know what that means. And it could be something positive and beautiful. But let me see. Let me look at it again. I don't know what that means. Yet. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. And it could be, like I was saying, something positively and beautiful. But I'm going to say, again, you know what? Thank you so much for coming over to join in with me. Have a positively and beautiful and happy Friday to you. Oh, gee. Oh, gee. Oh, gee, I remember my son used to say that to me. Oh, gee, well, that's my old G. I used to say, don't say that to me. I don't like that. I don't like. I say it just like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And say my old G over here with the old G. I'm gonna put some more lip gloss on with that. Don't say that to me. I'm gonna say, you know what? There may not be many people in this rude thing, but with the God love that inspires, the God love inspires is here, and that's all we need after all. Cause you might have 1,000,000 people that are around. You. I'm gonna say that not just in this text, but in the world of reality. You might have 1,000,000 people around you one day. Go do something and see. What 1,000,000 people gonna go? Just go. So I would say, just be strong in all that you're doing. And just know nothing. I'm gonna say for me, nothing that is outside of God lasts forever. I'm gonna say that. I so hardly believe that. Nothing outside of God lasts forever. Which again, me being inspired by Proverbs 22:6. Yeah, don't last forever. But you know what? God is there forever for me. For me, I'm saying. For me. Not forced on anybody else. As this video live stream, I'm going to make it public and it's going to go out as a footage. It's going to go out as a footage. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to put some sugar. I'm going to use this cover for this pencil. That's my sugar. This is going to be my sugar today. As I'm going to give it some added flavor. Then I'm going to continue with my thank yous, my special thank you. Then put some sugar on this positive message for today. Some added flavor. Because a young person might come across this video. And I want to say, so I'm going to say, I didn't grow up being perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not. As a matter of fact, is another church that I went to. And I remember when I was, so inspired to do this television show that I was pitching out everywhere for young people. This television show that I was pitching out for young people everywhere. And so the church that I went to knew that some of the music that I wanted to use for my show, it was secular. They say secular music. Secular music. And they was totally not accepting of that. They was not, especially some of the artists that made the music. See, so my thing was that, you know, some of the music that is made by artists, they have positive messages, especially rap. A lot of the rap music, some of the rap music that is out, they have positive messages, some of them. And so that is what I wanted to point out to our younger people. I wanted to point that out back then and when I wanted to do that. Hi, remember me, Marion. Man, you know what? I think I know who you are. I don't know. Sometimes you could get discernment right in here. Now I'm going to say, you know what? Thank you so much for coming over to join in with me today, Marion. On Friday, March 20th, 2026. And I say, Mary, you know what? Have a positively and beautiful Friday. Happy Friday to you. And so I'm going to say, you know what? No, they weren't having it. Suckler. For me, I believe that music, they have positive messages. There's a lot of music they have positive messages to it. And for me, I'm just going to say, I believe that music does not control the way that we were raised as Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in which they may grow, that they will not, depart from it. He or she will not depart from it. So if that is inside of us, why would music control the way that we are? Now, I know I've heard pastors preach on this before and teach on it, that, they would say that, the messages in the music may lure you to do something, and you can't have it both ways. It's either you're here or you're there. But I'm going to say, for me, I believe that, if you have this inside of you as growing up, is why the point of this positive message is Proverbs 26, you won't depart from it. That is it is in you. And some of the music have like special memories for me. Like That's the Way of the World by Earth, Wind and Fire. Like that was my brother's favorite song. May he rest in heaven. That was my brother's favorite song. And so when I'm listening to that, it's like I feel so connected with my brother, because I know that he loved that. What about some of the other music that we grew up on that we might have special memories from? And then I want to say, You know what? I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to get in trouble with saying what I'm going to say, because it's involving church. Is involving something I went through in church. But I'm not going to go there, for I love my church families. I love my church family. They are my friends, the pastors and the first ladies. They are my friends, and I'm not going to go there. And I love them also. I love them also. So I'm not going to go there with that. But again, I'm going to say I didn't grow up. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. But just knowing that Proverbs 22:6, like whatever we might go through, whatever we might go through, just knowing that it ain't far, it's inside. I believe that we will not depart from it, that we will come right back to it. So I'm going to say, right now I'm going to officially close down this positive message for today. I'm going to officially close down, and I'm going to continue with my special thank yous, as I believe that I left off at. Thank you so much to my distribution company for all of what you do. Thank you so much for your continued support and your help. I want to say thank you so much to those who continue to download and stream my positive messages over music, and continue to create those positively and beautiful TikTok videos to my positive messages over music. I'm going to say thank you so much to the amazing geniuses. The amazing geniuses. Even though, I've been on this live, I've never seen anyone come on here. I'm going to say, for example, the alphabet letters. They're all amazing geniuses. Leaders and legends. Leaders and legends. If it were me and I was there, I wouldn't mind. I would come on there as myself and say, you know what? Hide. I wouldn't hide behind a name. I'm not saying someone is doing it, but I'm saying it's me being an example. Think about that. A leader and a legend. How powerful. Amazing genius. Leader and legend. I would not do that, especially of something of what, if anyone is doing, as to what I am doing, I will not hide behind that name. But it's so many things going out, such as clout. If we say something, this person will get clout. Maybe they, I don't know. I hear a lot about that. And 2 years ago, I did do a video on clout. Like, what is cloud chasing? I said, you know what? When I did that video, I said, you know what? That word been out for a long time. Long time. I thought that was just like a new hip word or something. Cloud chasing. And that is when I first began looking at YouTube, which was really 2.5 years ago. I used to didn't even look at YouTube or know too much about social media or whatever. Still don't know a lot about it. I'm learning and growing about social media. And so, you know what? Cloud chasing. Like what? So one day, this was like three, 2.5 years ago, I came across a Dallas. I was looking at Dallas. Looking at Dallas, and I heard JR say that cloud. We don't want the cloud. I was like, huh? What? That word been out for a long time. That word been out for a long time. Cloud chasing. What is cloud chasing? I most definitely do not want to do that at all. That is why I try not to mention anyone's name on my platform unless I'm honoring them, such as like gospel music or the pastors for today. If I'm honoring you, of course I gotta say your name. How are they gonna know if I'm honoring you if I'm saying something in your honor as you being a leader and a legend and an amazing Jesus that continue to pave the way for up and coming artists and all. And when I say pave the way, leaders and legends, I'm speaking of all who are leading in their own path. So if you're getting up every day and you're working, whatever job that you're doing, a title that you hold, you're going to school, you're a hero, no matter who you are a leader or a legend, for you are leading your own path. And so I'm going to say, you know what? Thank you so much to you all that came in the chat. Only two, no, three. Three, I believe. ELMALOOG and Marion for coming into the chat. I'm going to say thank you so much for if you have viewed my video, watch, you join in, hanging out with me, liked my video. I'm going to say that if you've liked any of my videos, or if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I thank you so much for subscribing. But to the greatest one of all, to the greatest one of all, G-O-D, G-O-D. For it is your love who continues to inspire us each and every moment of our lives, even right down to this moment. And I do believe that. So I'm going to be in the process of closing down. I can't wait to get to my cold water to start my day. It's Friday. I'm going to go out and have some safe fun this weekend and enjoy my weekend. And I'm going to begin it early in the day. I have some time off. I'm going to begin it early in the day, and I cannot wait. So I'm going to go to the positive message over music that I will always leave at my YouTube house, going out to the YouTube streets, to my YouTube neighbors, and it is going to be, there it is.
Positive love, positive love, positive love, positive love, positive love, positive love. You and me love, you and me love, you and
I'm
me
gonna
love.
say, you know what? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me a tiny gold star. Let me a tiny gold star. I'm gonna say, if you have subscribed, I thank you so much for subscribing. I'm gonna say, like, share, and comment. Like, share, and comment. Like when you hit the thumbs up, you're gonna know when you hit it because the thumb is going to be blue. Share this YouTube video, live stream channel with someone that is coming up in conversations. You just never know who you may be helping out. I'm gonna say comment. Do comment because I will check your comments and I will reply back to your comments. I'm gonna say hit the alert bell for notifications. Hit the alert bell for notifications. I might just be doing a pop-up live or a pop-up video. And I'm gonna say to you all, you know what? You hitting the alert bell for notification. It should most definitely notify you when I am uploading a video. At least it should most definitely notify you. I'm going to say, you all, you know what? Hey, go on and tell someone if you choose to. If you choose to, go on and tell someone all is welcome. All is welcome. It does not matter who you are. I tell you, ghosts are also saying, you know, enjoy your positivity and uniform and say, have a safe weekend. And in all, be safe while you're smiling and dancing, singing and laughing. And most of all, continue to spread love. Positive love, positive love, positive love, positive love. See you next time.